Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Facebook Live. This is the 15 Red podcast on Thursday, the 4th of March, 2021. We're here with Scott in Ireland, in Antigravin, and it's good evening to you, Scott.
Very good evening, Graham. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you very much. Yeah, good to see you again.
Good to see you as well. Thank you very much.
Good morning to Vancouver in British Columbia, Mike.
Good morning, gentlemen.
So,
how are you?
I'm good, thank you very much. How are you, Mike, after yesterday's picking up your car?
A bit of a run around, but that's okay. No problem. All good.
It was nice to see you at the end of the show yesterday. Yeah. So we're talking today. First bit of news before we go into today's results and yesterday's result from the Gibraltar Open. Willie Thorne and John Virgo share the same birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
So, happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday, Willie and John. Happy birthday to them. There you go. Just in a...
Well done.
Bravo, bravo.
Yes. So, Willie Thorne, of course, no longer with us. So, he would have heard that, though, in the spiritual world.
Yes.
But his nickname was Mr. Maximum, of course. Yeah. All the great WT, yes. Whichever one you want to go by. He was a professional from 1975 to 2001.
Correct.
And his first world ranking was 7. He got
correct.
Yeah. His highest break was a 147 at the 1987 UK Championship. And his career break...
Fourth in professional competition, that one.
Was it?
Yeah.
Okay. And his century breaks, career-wise, was 128.
Yes.
He won 126, sorry, and one ranking title he won, and 6 non-ranking. So, you know, quite a record for Willie.
Yes, the one ranking title he won was?
I think Mercantile Classic.
Yes, what year?
1985.
Correct. Who did he beat in the final?
I don't know who he beat.
Thorberg.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Now, Mr. John Virgo from Salford in Lancashire is Mr. Perfection, his nickname.
Okay.
He's professional from 1976 to 1995, so a good 19 years.
Yeah.
But he was in the sport there. His highest ranking was 10, where Willie Thorne was 7. His highest break was a 139 at the 1987 English Professional Championship.
Yeah.
Century breaks, he got 39 century breaks.
I suppose they weren't as prevalent in those days.
Not as prevalent, no. But of course, he won the UK Championship in 1979. But
correct.
It was a ranking event.
Correct.
Only ranking.
Yeah. His best ranking finish was the 4-time semi-finalists, and they were, Scott.
Well, his most famous was the 79 World Championship, where he lost to the eventual runner-up, of course, Dennis Taylor, who he shared a commentary box with on many occasions, of course.
Yeah. And he's got 4 non-ranking titles as well to his name.
Yeah.
So, but in the head-to-heads between John and Willie when they played each other, Willie beat John 26 times to 20.
Yeah.
So there you go. That's been a record on them two. But what do you think? Sorry, Scott.
Of course, very well known, both of them on the exhibition circuit. You know, John very well known on Big Break, as you'll remember from years ago, Graham. And Willie also very, very good on the exhibition circuit as well.
So, in your opinion, guys, I'll come to Mike first. Who was the better commentator, and who was your favourite out of them personality?
Willie Thorne for me was the better commentator. He had an elegance and an understanding that almost no other commentator, even currently, has. Yeah. He to me he was the perfect voice for snooker. I grew up listening to him, so for me it was very easy.
And personality-wise, out of the two?
Yeah, I think Virgo is eccentric and he brings an excitement level, but that sheer class and elegance, Willie Thorne oozed that through and through.
Yeah, and John Virgo had like a bit of a drama to the voice as well, but adding the drama, where's the cue ball going, all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Which, you know, it's his catchphrase. Scott, for you, who was your favourite man?
I gotta say, John. John was, because I met John in 2012 when I was over at Sheffield, and he was just marvellous. He was absolutely wonderful. I got I bought his book of trick shots that he was selling, and he signed it for me. So.
And who was the better commentator? John on that one?
I would say Willie. I would agree that Willie was the better commentator, yes. And I would say that Willie was the better actual player, if you know what I mean, as well.
Yeah, out of the two records, you've got to say Willie Thorne was the better player overall standard.
Although, of course, there's a funny story about that 1979 UK win. Virgo was actually docked 2 frames.
Oh, yeah?
Right.
Because he turned up late. Because the final session was moved forward because of grandstand, but nobody had told him. So he's sitting in the hotel. He's sitting in the hotel at 1 o'clock. The final was meant to start at 1, but all the other sessions had started at 2. So he's sitting in the hotel 5 miles away playing cards. Somebody rings up and says, "John, where are you?" He says, I'm in the hotel. Well, get down, you're going to be docked frames. He got down, he was docked 2 frames, but he still won. But of course, no footage of that last session exists for the simple reason the BBC were on strike at the time.
Well, that's a beauty, that.
Fantastic for that. Yeah, a tribute to their birthday, Scott.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sorry about that one, JB.
No, you're all right. I'm sure he'll forgive you. But for me, I'd say you what? Sorry.
Who are you picking on the Willie Thorne, John Virgo discussion?
Well, I would say, well, like I say, Virgo had the drama. Thorne as the technical side of the game. I think Thorne.
Yeah.
For me, Willie Thorne for me. But personally, John Virgo as a person, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, but I will say this about Willie Thorne. He had the guts about him to come on British national television and say about his trouble with debt and gambling. That takes guts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He passed away as well.
Yeah. And he was on this morning with his wife.
Yeah.
And he started to cry, and he cried on national and that is something that, you know, I admire him for, and he did that off his own back. No one told him to do that, you know.
Yeah.
So in that respect, it's edgier because John was more comedy, but I think Willie had a good emotional side to it. I think he was a good man.
Yeah, and then
absolutely.
As well, Willie sort of came to a very sad end because the wife split up from him and his mother died, and very well. He sort of died on his own out in Spain.
Bless him.
I know.
Anyway, happy birthday to them too, and we've covered their career legacy.
Yeah.
So, any other news from today, guys, that we've got?
Well, we found out why Carter withdrew from the Welsh, didn't we, Mike?
Yeah, we find out today, or found out yesterday, that Ali Carter in his interview why he withdrew from the Welsh Open, and apparently he had a a heavy migraine that was just debilitating him, so he had to withdraw due to that. Which is,
but it is,
playing very well going up to that.
but it is, yeah, but it is very coincidental, though, isn't it?
It is, but I mean, I'll take him at his word.
Yeah.
But it is coincidental.
Yeah,
But at least he put some clarity to it, as opposed to us all guessing.
absolutely, not leaving us in
Yeah.
like a mystery. So,
Stephen Hendry also says that he wants to reach 800 centuries before all is said and done here. Yes or no?
No.
Both, either
No.
way.
no for me. No for me, sorry.
No.
Scott?
No, he won't.
No, he won't. Okay. That's three of us on the same page again. And 44 days before the World Championships. I mean,
Yeah, it's getting closer. It's getting closer, and I'm looking forward to it more and more and more. You know, it's just going to be fantastic. I think it's going to be great. You know, whoever gets in there, whoever plays, it's you know, all the big guns. And if the big guns do perform like Neil Robertson hasn't, that is a big shot, man. For Neil Robertson to go out.
Yeah.
Coming up to the World Championship.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah.
He's only won one match since winning the UK in December. I was messaging you that this morning, Graham. And
You were? Yeah. You know, that's something that is hard to believe. You know, 2 years for Neil Robertson. He's in the top. He's still in the top 10, the top 5, isn't he?
yeah, he's still the top 4 actually.
Yeah. So, you know, how can he not? How could it? What's gone wrong with Neil Robertson? Do we think?
Well, again, it's like Judd. Can you say that, like, he's basically had, a month off? So
Yeah, Mike.
it'll take a while for him to readjust, I think.
Yeah, to be honest with you, it's the same thing. Is he same as the Judd thing? I'd be a little bit worried if I was going him, because we're getting closer to the World Championships here, and he's not having success. And this sport is all about momentum. So if you were to ask me now, I'd be a little bit concerned about Neil Robertson. But I mean, maybe a new haircut, Stu.
Oh dear.
Maybe that would
Have to go down that road again.
Oh dear.
And bear in mind too, Graham, it's 11 years since Robertson won it.
The World Championship. Yeah. I can't see Neil Robertson winning the World Championship. In fairness,
Because bear in mind as well, his record the last 2 years, he's lost to John Higgins and Mark Selby, and they both employed the same tactic. Get him involved in safety and tactical battles, and then, tie him up in knots that way. Restrict his natural scoring.
He's like coming towards the same, like, middle player like Ding, isn't he? He's falling away.
Well, I wouldn't say like one bad month has fallen away. I mean, he's still in the top 4 in the world.
Yeah.
But like Mike, I would start to get concerned if it gets any worse. Now, of course, he could turn up at the 3rd championship and win that for all we know. So let's not write him off completely yet. But yes, it is rather concerning.
Yeah, it is. I do. Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? It's concerning for Neil Robertson fans. I think it's he's not pulling out what he used to pull out. Great performances before from a quality player.
Yeah, I mean,
and it's just not happening now.
Yeah, I mean, like in the last 3 weeks, And
as we said, yeah, it's a concerning factor. Like I thought it was today for Mark Selby. He's come out to another tournament and he was 2-0 down at the time, and I thought, that's 2 tournaments in a row where he hasn't picked up a frame. is this getting concerning for Selby? And then, yeah, he comes back at Ken. So, you know, Ken Doherty was playing really, really well against Selby today.
He
And
was.
that's talking about concerning. That's why I brought Mark Selby's performance in today.
Yeah, he's had a pretty good season, I would say, to this point. But I don't know how much stock I put into these best of 7 matches, though. I don't want to overthink it. Like, these best of 7 matches, they're tricky. You know, we've had 2 teenagers win matches to yesterday and today. 2 teenagers, Boyko and Pei Fan.
Yeah.
So short matches favour the lower ranked players for sure.
Yeah. Although,
So,
if you actually look at tournaments with best of 7 matches in them, most of them will be won by top players.
that's true, but I'm talking this tournament's a whole tournament of that, Scott.
Well,
Absolutely.
Well, Judd Trump is the defending champion, remember?
But what I'm saying is there's just more chance of upset. I'm not saying somebody's going to upset to win a tournament. I'm not saying that. But if you take the top 128, you're going to get some upsets from lower ranked players.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. That is true. That is true.
Ersin Bakker beat Zhou Yulong today. 60 versus 18. That's an upset.
Yeah.
So, you know, it doesn't have to be necessarily the top 5 guys getting upset.
I know. Anyway, do you want to take us through the matches for the day then, Mike?
Yeah. You want the scoreboard? Okay. So we will start off. Mark Allen wins 4-0 over Jamie Curtis Barrett. Boyko beats Fergal O'Brien 4-3.
Yep.
Mark King beats Brissell. Brissell beats Mark King 4-1. Aaron Hill beats Sargent 4-1.
And Sargent, yes.
David Lilly.
That was a marathon. That was a real marathon. That was.
I think this is one of your favourites, Scott. Verhage wins 4-1 over Alan Taylor.
I like Sahil Verhage. Now he's been playing some stuff lately.
Kyron Wilson beats Zheng Fei 4-0.
No surprise there.
Ersin
Bakker,
Zhou Yulong 4-1.
Yeah, 4-1. Well,
he won the last 4 frames. He lost the first frame and went on to win the next 4.
Yeah, that is a shocker. Yeah. That's a shock.
But that goes back to what I was just saying about the upset. It doesn't have to be the top 5 guys.
No, that's it. That's it. Like you say, the smaller ranked, the smaller ranked players.
Player has some advantage. Not to win the tournament necessarily, but
Ersin Bakker, by the way, is in our fantasy already.
Yes.
He's pushing towards 3.
Yeah, nearly. He's getting there.
Mark Selby wins 4-2 over Ken Doherty.
Well done, Mark.
Ricky Walden wins 4-3 over Jay Hughes.
Yes. See,
and Z Fan beats Leo Fernandez 4-3.
Yeah.
That's the finish match. So, actually, Jack Lazowski 4-1 over Jack Jones.
Well done, Jack.
So, David, did you mention Mitchell Mann beating David Lilly 4-3?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a real marathon.
Yeah. So there you go, another one of 2 lower ranked players. Now going back to the Mark Allen match against Jamie Barrett. Now then, earlier on, Mark Allen and in that first frame against Jamie Barrett could have gone either way. I thought it was a bit of a tactical battle. Jamie was sticking in there, and he was really battling away with him, but unfortunately lost out on the frame.
Yeah.
Mark Allen we've got a bit of a topic question for you guys, both of you. Neil Foulds asked today on Eurosport, is Mark Allen good enough to win the World Championship? Scott?
Ability, yes. Has he got the mental strength to do a 17-day marathon? Only one semi-final, and that was 2009, so his record there isn't great. So ability-wise, certainly, because he made 5 centuries in the first round last year, but still lost to Jimmy Clark. But, has he got the mental strength? I'm not sure. I mean, I'd love it for Northern Ireland, obviously, but
Absolutely.
I'm just trying to, be as unbiased as I can, and I'm just not sure.
Mike?
Yeah, I think Scott says it well. I think he's capable of winning definitely a match, maybe 2 matches, but does he have the stamina for a 17-day run? That's hard to think he would. So, but I mean, I hope he does. I quite like how he plays and stuff, but I don't know. I'm not sure I would have him in my top of my list to win the world championship.
He could win it.
Neil Foles seems to think that he might. He said he would back him to go the way. So there you go.
Like, if you're looking for an outsider in the top 16, I'd back him.
Okay.
But he doesn't he doesn't slip off the top of my tongue, if you like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a fair statement.
I agree with that.
Yeah. I mean, he's not in the best of, like, if you look at all the top players, Judd, Ronnie, Neil Robertson, these guys are physically fit too. Like, physical fitness and endurance looks like it's in those 17 days is a big thing.
I agree.
Does he compete?
It's a massive run to the. It is a massive thing to win that tournament. You've got to have. It's like the marathon of it, for the stamina of it, and as Scott was saying, will he have the mental capacity to go through 17 days?
I think it's. If he does, we would absolutely be thrilled for him here, because we all
absolutely, yeah.
And let me make it clear, none more so than me for obvious reasons. But
no.
I mean, Jordan Brown has won a ranking tournament, so there's no reason Mark Allen can't. But at the same time, does Mark Allen have the capacity for 17 days of it? I mean,
well,
so
I think he could be on course to maybe win the Gibraltar, though.
Yeah, he could.
Yeah.
So if the World Championships was to start tomorrow, who are your guys' favourites as we speak right now? And it was to start.
John Higgins. John Higgins. Yeah. Even though he's not a fan of the longer matches, he said it's too much. I think he will be the current world champion.
Yeah, he would get I'd be on John Higgins.
Well, don't forget Judd at the same time. I mean, he has won 4 titles this season, Judd. I know he's gone off a wee bit, but...
No, I still think currently, though, Scott, in today's play, as we stand, John Higgins is above Judd Trump. In today's play. Not overall, just in today's current results.
Yeah.
I think, and it's Higgins and Trump is above Ronnie in that respect as well. That's just my take on it.
Yeah, I think that's right. John Higgins, based on
if Ronnie doesn't win either the WST Pro Series or the Tour Championship, he will be the first world champion since Stuart Bingham to go back having not won a title the following season.
Oh wow! Wow, that's an interesting one.
I don't think. Well, as you know, he could prove me wrong, but I don't think Ronnie's up for the job of world champion at the moment. I don't think he's got it in him this season, but he might just shock us all, and you know what he's like.
Well, we didn't think he was going to do it last year.
That's true.
Yeah, exactly.
We had him dead to rights last year.
Do you think then, Mike, because you were saying this in previous episodes, that he is just gearing up for this one tournament, right? The World Cup, right? Are we saying then, seeing as though he come back he did it last year and he didn't have a very good season, are we saying that he prioritises that tournament above every other?
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I think it's particularly this World Championship, Graham. because of what it'll mean.
Yeah.
Tying Stephen Hendry. Yeah.
You know,
Okay.
because he's won 6 world titles, so if he wins it again, he's equal with Stephen.
I think that's the driving force for him right now.
But he's pushing himself to
I
make
know.
finals and not winning them.
I mean, he's playing well.
Going up.
Don't.
Oh, he's playing well
Yeah.
enough. Yeah, absolutely. He's playing well enough, but is
Not
he
in the
playing
final.
well enough?
I know.
Not knowing no finals he hasn't.
Not normal for Ronnie.
If you take a closer look at the final with Judd Trump, he was never in that match. He was blown out by Selby. Then that was the first match after the World Championship. He didn't compete there. He played all right against Jordan Brown, but he lost against, an
That's
81 rank.
Yeah.
And then he got blown out by John Higgins, who played worldly against him. But again, he's 0-4 in finals. Like those are just the facts.
They're the facts. That's reality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Back to
people that
reality.
finals. I mean, he's gone to 4 finals. So,
What
But I
do you think though, Scott? Do you think honestly, when he makes these finals, why he's 0-4, is it because he's putting too much pressure on himself to win a trophy?
But not only enough pressure on himself to win, but he knows that in 3 out of those 4 cases, he's had, quality opposition. Trump, Selby, Higgins, all right. Jordan Brown was a bit of that was just a shock run
but
the whole way through that.
I do feel with that match, with the Jordan Brown one, I feel like he was under a lot of pressure because he was the overriding favourite.
Yeah.
And I don't think Ronnie likes being the overriding favourite.
No.
In that respect. So he did put pressure on himself because he was under pressure. But against Higgins, he said it himself. He put himself under pressure because he knew what Higgins was playing like.
Well,
so there's.
As I asked Mike on the episode after the Players' Championship, would anybody have beaten John in that form?
No, absolutely not. And that's why we're saying Higgins might be world champion.
Yeah. And by the way, if he got to the final, he would tie Stephen Hendry's record of 9 Crucible finals.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be Ronnie's opponent in the first round of the World Championship. That's for certain. That could be another 1 hour and 48-minute job.
Oh yeah, he blitzed him, wouldn't he? He blitzed him away.
Yeah.
Or he could lose 10-9 on the final, Black.
Yeah, but you've got that every time, Scott.
He's crazy with that.
Copy and paste.
It's Dennis Taylor, and Jordan Brown did it against Selby. He's got it in his mind now.
I know.
How'd that sound, Selby?
It's Dennis's fault.
Anyway.
Let's move on. We've got some announcements to make, by the way. We've got next Thursday night, which is a week from today, isn't it?
Yep.
A week today, we have got Chris Henry joining us, a snooker coach, legendary snooker coach, and he's CEO Sports, Chris Henry Sports as well as the CEO there, so chairman of that. But yeah, quite a legendary who coached Peter Ebden to his world championship. He coached Stephen Hendry, and now he coaches Mark Selby.
After a couple of years when Mark Selby was in the doldrums, but since he teamed up with Chris Henry, he's been absolutely superb. So we'll have to ask him what he's done to Mark to make him better again. Yeah,
it's quite an interesting. It'll be quite an interesting discussion with Chris Henry. I think.
Yeah, I've seen him I saw him do a feature on the BBC. During the interval of one of the finals or something on the BBC, and he was talking about like some of the technical things that he goes through with players, and it's tremendous what he does with them.
I'm just wondering if he knows more about the angles than Angles himself.
Yeah, no, get it.
Highly unlikely, I think.
It'll be closer. It'll be closer than Freeman, I think.
It would. By the way, wouldn't that be a great thing to try and get him on? Angles, of course.
Alan. Of
course.
course.
Oh, yeah,
Of
that would,
course. The other one we've got is possibly next week. Dave Hendon, of course, who's yet to confirm with us, but Jamie Curtis Barrett, who lost to Mike Allen today 4-0. I was talking to him earlier on, and he's quite happy to come on and come and talk to us.
fantastic.
Like, just what it's like for the players down the rankings, if you like, to
Exactly.
you know what it's like for them, because well, I'll let him tell his own story, but his circumstances aren't ideal, shall we say?
We've also got Wayne Townsend
Yes.
to come on. Sorry, Wayne, if you're watching, Wayne, sorry about that. Wayne Townsend, he's to come on next week.
Excellent.
So got to confirm a date with him and Lucas Kleckers as well.
Yes.
And possibly Paul
Yeah.
Collier, the referee. So that'll be absolutely wonderful. If we can get them, we'll be on a good foundation. So next is the quiz, Mike, isn't it? I think you've got some questions.
Me?
Yeah.
I've got questions.
I think it's you, isn't it, tonight?
I thought we were doing predictions.
Oh, we're doing predictions instead. Okay, I thought we were doing a quiz. That's fine.
No, well, I can throw a couple in if you want. We'll not put it on the league, though.
Yeah,
I
that's
think-
fine. Go on then. Hit us with one
Scott's
each.
allowed one choice, I think.
Right. Who have we got on who's on tonight match-wise, then?
Okay, so
Mike, you can give us tonight's fixtures.
yeah, I've got the matches up here. So we've got Tom Ford and Jamie Jones.
Just a second.
Ford?
Just a sec. Okay, so we've got Ford for Scott. Yeah, Mike.
Yeah, I'll go with Tom Ford there.
I'll go with Ford as well. Next.
Okay. We've got Higginson versus Carrington.
Carrington, I'm saying.
Higginson.
Higgins. So we've got one of each, yeah?
Yeah. So you've got the deciding vote on that one.
Oh boy, I don't know much about either guy, so I'll go with Higginson.
Okay.
I know they're closely ranked. I know that.
2007 Welsh Open runner-up.
Correct.
Was he?
Andy made a
Andrew
147 in that tournament.
He did.
Okay.
Lost
Okay.
in the final two.
Sean, no, it wasn't Sean Murphy. No, you're going to have to tell me.
Yeah, so
Neil Roberts. 9-8.
Oh wow.
Oh, well, he run him all the way. And Andrew Higginson had a fantastic tournament that year.
He did.
Just like
He was
Jordan
another-
Brown. Unfortunately, not won it.
Yeah.
but
Peng Fei versus Hamilton.
Hamilton.
Hamilton, yes.
Yeah.
Hamilton, because I do like Hamilton. I think he's a good player. Should do more in the game, really. But there you are.
And the last but not least, it's Judd Trump versus Sonny Akani.
Trump.
Trump.
Although
All right.
you never know if there's a shock on the cards, but we've got to go Trump in that one.
I think.
Right.
All right.
So that's that. Moving on to our fantasy league. So
Yes.
now so far we've got Martin O'Donnell, 2 points. Sonny Akini, 2 point a player. Elliot Slesler, 2 point
Yeah.
player. Alexandra Ursabacher, 2 point player.
Yeah.
Martin Gould, the controversy one. Scott put a 3 point player. And you sort of agreed with that, Mike, but
Reluctant.
you're not sure. You're still not sure.
Yeah, Martin Gould's so hit or miss, but he's been around long enough, so I kind of capitulated to give Scott the 3 on that one.
Okay. And we've got Jamie O'Neill, a 2 point
Yeah,
player.
yeah.
So your next one tonight, guys, I'm going to give you is James Cahill. And we'll go with Scott on that one.
two.
Absolutely a two. The Crucible Killer's done nothing since. So
No, that's right.
So he has to be a two. Convincing two.
Overall, two, yeah. Okay. And then we'll go for you, Mike. Jackson Page.
I'll go with the two as well.
Yeah, okay.
But he's a decent like he's an okay player. But I mean he hasn't got much in the way of results to warrant anything higher. So I'll
Fair
go
enough.
two.
Scott, do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right.
Okay. So tomorrow, two more. We're getting through them, guys. We're getting through them.
Yeah.
We're building up
Nice.
quite a rapport. So we'll get into the bigger guys as and when. I'll just pick randomly. It doesn't matter who they are. I'll just pick randomly.
Yeah.
So is any other comments, guys, from tonight? Have we got any other comments from today?
Well, I'll fire a couple of questions at you. We'll not add it to the league, but I'll fire these at you anyway.
By the way, Scott is 1 point on the prediction table away from a first ranking event win.
Oh boy.
You've got some catching up to do, Mike. If he doesn't get a prediction right tonight, can you catch him or gain on him just a second? So if he
Probably not.
gets
Well, how many
correct,
matches have we got tonight?
But I think we're two matches were different. Higginson, Carrington.
yeah, two matches
think
different. So
No.
no, you're not. We've all gone for Ford, Hamilton, and Trump, but we've gone for Higginson and Scott's gone for Carrington. So if Carrington was to lose, and Ford was to lose, Hamilton was to lose, and Trump was to lose, we still won't catch him.
And he gets the Christmas cracker prize.
He does. Whatever that is, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
You never know with them Christmas crackers, Mike.
Anyway,
your crackers. Let's put it. Yeah.
Anyway, I'll fire these couple at you before we sign off.
Okay.
Right.
Is it? Was it Scott's turn for the quiz then? I'm not sure.
I think so.
Okay.
I'll go 6 because Mike had 6 the other night. So.
And this adds to our points, does it? Because we need to catch up.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's only fair. Cause
There you go. I'm giving you a hand here. I'm giving you a hand free.
yeah, well, that's only fair because I've only a point away. So.
Okay, fire away.
Go.
Guys.
Right.
Go.
Number 1. In which year did Dennis Taylor make his world championship debut?
His debut.
Yes.
Hang on a minute. Yeah, I do. I think I do know that one.
You got it, Mike?
Yep.
Hang on. Yeah. It is. It's just been maths. I can't do the maths properly. Just a second. Right.
Not an easy one though, Scott. I gotta say.
Is that 20? No, it's 9. Right. Go on,
In
Maths will let me down, I know. But
in 1974, right, in the quarter-final between Alex Higgins and Fred Davis, what happened? What unusual off-table event stopped play?
What unusual event stopped play?
Yes.
Oh wow. What unusual event stopped play?
yeah, it wasn't at the Crucible then. So
No.
I'm just thinking.
Okay, I'll skip. I'm not sure on that one.
Hang on a minute. I think I'm going for this just to stab in the dark. Yep. Next, Scott.
Next. Right, here's a more contemporary one. In 2005, when Murphy won the world title, Peter Ebdon beat O'Sullivan. But who did O'Sullivan beat in the previous round? If I do, I'll give you a clue. If I do this, does that help?
Do what?
If I do this, does that help?
Not particularly.
Oh.
I can't reach my shoulder if that helps.
Oh. Wow, right, you got me on that.
He's giving you a big clue, Mike. He's giving you a massive clue.
I can't reach my shoulder.
I can't reach my shoulder.
That's a massive clue, Mike. Come on.
Shoulder
I think I'm getting.
gate.
Oh, okay, yes.
All right,
right.
carry on. Carry on. Oh dear, Mike. Oh dear me.
That one, you got me on that one, Scott.
I used Phil Yates' say, come on.
Yeah.
Oh dear
Right,
me.
how many? This is number 4, is it?
It is,
Number
yeah.
4.
Right, here we go. Who refereed Mark Williams' Crucible Maximum? Or no, I'll make it easier than that. Who was his opponent?
Oh God. What?
They're both as difficult as each other. His Crucible Maximum. Who was his opponent?
Yeah.
Should know this. For
I'll give
go
you
on.
another. You ready for number 5? Yeah.
Yeah.
Name the beaten semi-finalists at the World Championship in '99. Henry and Mark Williams made the final, but who were the beaten semi-finalists?
Who were the beaten semi-finalists at the 1990?
99.
Oh, 99. Okay.
Yeah. Go on.
And the final one, no, number 6. Marco Fu made a maximum break in the Scottish Masters in 2000. He was given a car, but why could he not claim the prize?
No driver's license.
Correct.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Well, thanks for letting me answer that one.
I was joking. I'm just guessing. I have no idea.
No,
No, that
Josh.
is correct.
Oh, I guess.
Well, thanks for letting me answer that one. I think we'll
Yeah,
answer that question.
yeah.
We'll just go
Right, I'll go for another one now, will I? I'll go for another.
5. Just go for
Right,
the 5.
that'll do.
Okay.
Go for 5 then. Right, number 1.
It's mind bending already.
Yeah.
79?
77. He was in the original first Crucible.
Oh, okay.
Are you sure about that answer, Scott?
Yeah.
What did you have?
Because in his interview in 1985, when he won it, he says, "I've spent 13 years trying to become world champion."
Because he took the game up as an amateur in 72.
That's where I've got it from. Oh dear.
Great judge.
Oh dear me. Right.
And by the way, I did say Crucible debut.
You did. You did.
So
Yeah.
the answer still stands.
Yeah.
Number
Well, it got changed now. It's all them years ago.
number 2. What have you got?
Nothing. What strange event happened in 1970?
I love it.
I didn't know.
Nothing at all. I'm saying a leak in the roof, like in the rain coming.
Correct.
Yeah.
Rain. Correct.
Yeah.
A rain.
Unusual event, Mike. It was because that was because I was saying, well, it wasn't at the Crucible. That's why I thought, well, something's got to happen with the roof.
Very
Yeah.
good. I wouldn't have that. Nice one.
Next one.
Yep.
Answers there.
I got Ali Carter.
Ali Carter.
Watergate.
Correct.
Yeah.
Hooray.
Correct. In the last 1605. Next, answers there.
John
Hunter.
Higgins.
No.
Paul Hunter.
Robert Milton.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You beat him 10-1,
Okay.
by the way.
Oh, and scored a maximum. There you are.
Yeah.
Right. Question,
In the last frame.
question 5. I'm going with
Yeah.
Ronnie O'Sullivan and John Higgins.
Correct.
Oh, very good. I got one. I went Peter Ebdon and Ronnie O'Sullivan. So, half a point?
Because Ronnie O'Sullivan lost to Stephen Hendry.
1 point.
Okay, 1 point.
Ronnie O'Sullivan lost to Stephen Hendry.
Correct.
And
I
John
remember.
Higgins lost to the
Mark
other
Williams.
guy. Mark
Mark
Williams.
Williams, yeah.
All right. So,
Yes.
half
Yeah.
a point?
1 point.
Okay.
What? Always harsh. Always hard. So, did you get the first question right, Mike?
What's that? Graham's a bit
No, you
choppy.
didn't get. No, you didn't get the first question right. Dennis Taylor one, did you?
No, I didn't get the Taylor one. The only one I've got right is Ali Carter, and then I got Ronnie O'Sullivan as one of the semi-finalists.
So give,
Okay. So,
give Mike 3 points.
And the driver's license one.
Oh, well. No, you're not getting the points there because you didn't give Graham time to answer.
No, he
what?
we both got the points.
How many? We're scrapping the question. How many points did he get there, Scott?
He got 3.
I got 3. Yeah, I got 3.
So that's 6. Okay, so that books you up to 59, Mike.
Okay.
A long way behind Scott. A good 40. Sorry, 40, I think. Yeah, 40. 40 points. And myself, I got the leak in the roof. I got Ali Carter, Ronnie O'Sullivan, John Higgins. 2, 4. Is it 2 for John Higgins and Ronnie O'Sullivan or 4?
4.
Is it 4? Oh, so I
I
got
got
2.
because I got them both.
Yeah, so
Yeah, so
you get 4.
Oh,
I
right,
gave you
4.
3 because you.
Yeah, 4, 6, 8. I got 8 points there. So
Wow.
that gives 1, 2, 3, 4. So that gives me now. Still terrible. It's still absolutely terrible. 42.
Oh man.
Awful performance.
Oh,
But
boy.
I hope my prediction's coming tonight. But Scott's still going to win.
Oh, for sure.
And then it
On that bombshell.
resets again before the World Championship. So we've got a chance, Mike.
Well, it'll reset before the Tour Championship, won't it?
It certainly will, yeah. Dino, I think we should keep it going until the end of this tournament, the end of Gibraltar, and then reset
Yeah,
it.
that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter, does it, Mike? He's
Sounds
walked all over us.
Oh. Yeah, not even close.
Yeah. So there you go on that score. Okay. So that brings us to a wrap, gentlemen, I believe.
Yeah, that's us, man.
Hang on,
Just a quick
Scott, wait a minute.
update. Selt and Hawkins are in a decider, 3-3.
Oh. Oh.
And Daniel Rose leads 1-0 over Zintong. So, just a final update.
There we go.
Any final thoughts, fellas? Scott?
No, I thought. Oh, sorry, Scott. Yeah.
No, great. Sorry. Either one of you.
I thought Ken Doherty played well today.
He did. He did.
I thought, halfway through frame 2, it all sort of fell apart and Selby took control. But I think, Ken looked good. I thought, he could come back a little bit, in a few tournaments. He maybe get through to a quarter-final or something in future.
Yeah. He might.
He's doing well. He's doing well.
By the way, what do I get as a victory present tomorrow?
Nothing. Just the Christmas cracker. I'll pull a Christmas cracker with you. That's it. You get the plastic card protector.
A free pen. The pen that was used, by the way, to write the quiz question down and the prediction.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that brings it to a wrap tonight. Thank you.
That'll do it.
Thanks, Scott in Ireland.
Thank you very
And
much.
thank you to Mike.
Graham.
No problem at all. See you tomorrow, guys.
Well done.
Yeah.